We should talk briefly about the other Star thing out this week, which I've been playing. I was playing some last night. StarCraft 2: Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
Came out on Tuesday. We didn't get access to it at all before release. So
I was so excited. I got my code and I redeemed it,
Yep.
and I went to play, and it was unavailable.
Yep.
Like, no, this is torture.
So we are working on that review. Rob Zachney is doing it for me.
Nice.
He is a
Love that man.
Yeah, he knows his esport strategy games.
He's the guy to do it.
So he's working on that. Having foot surgery though, so might be a little bit later than we like. But
You don't need your feet
Poor
to play
Rob.
StarCraft.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
yeah, that's what I told him. It's like you don't need that.
Bring your laptop to the recovery room, Zachary. Get it together.
But yeah, so he's working on that for next week. But yeah, I was playing some of the campaign last night and the night before. I'm like to kind of extend the life of it a little bit more. I'm playing through the first time on hard, which I think is a good way to experience an RTS game if you're an RTS. If you know RTSs.
Yeah, well, especially that one because they add objectives. There are new objectives on higher difficulties.
I haven't seen a whole lot.
Really? Wings of Liberty was really good about that.
They do have them, but I haven't seen beat this level on hard yet.
Oh.
I've been playing through on hard and getting the thing. Oh, you beat this on normal, or you did this on normal. It's like normal or higher. It's like, well, I've seen objectives where it's like, oh, do this on normal, and it's like, well, I could totally do that on normal. On hard, that's not happening.
Yeah, because I remember, I think it was do it in do X mission in Y minutes, or capture another group of people.
Yep, they
they
still have all that stuff in
cool.
there, and that's cool. I'm liking it because it's StarCraft, and StarCraft is great.
You're playing campaign.
Yeah, I'm a little bit less impressed by the mission design that I had hoped. Just that it's not as wildly creative and inventive as Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm were.
Is it that it's not as inventive, or that mission design isn't aging well?
No, I mean the mission design. I mean mission designs in those previous games, like pretty much every mission had its own unique gimmick that almost like a mini game based on on an RTS.
I mean, I asked that question knowing that I disagree because I think Warcraft 3 mission design is still terrific.
Yeah,
and
I mean
StarCraft borrows a lot from that.
You can do a lot, with RTS mission design that's creative, and this does do some stuff. I mean, it's got support orbital support abilities are the big thing. So you've got this ship in orbit that you can use to bombard or buff your soldiers. I've only unlocked a few of those things now, and it does the same thing where you can use one of two variants on your familiar Protoss units. It's not like this. The support abilities are not enough of a distinct change to really be like, hey, this is a crazy new spin on RTS.
Well, because at that point it's less about the hero gameplay and more about the abilities that you have outside that hero.
Right. Well, there are no heroes in the campaign so far.
Right, because you're playing as Artanis on the ship technically.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not Artanis in the field like you were with Raynor or Kerrigan.
Yeah. The Heart of the Swarm campaign was all about you've got a hero character on the map.
Yeah,
and here are a bunch of spins on that idea.
Whereas the Protoss are like a hive mind, so why would there be an individual that's unique?
Although part of the story is, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
but
where's Zeratul?
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, now I figured that would be it.
But so there's a prelude campaign you can play as Zeratul.
Yeah, that was the thing they released ahead of time, right? The
Yes.
prologue chapters. Okay, I never finished those.
Yeah.
Are those? So I didn't play those because I didn't want to have to replay them when StarCraft came out. Mm-hmm. Should I still play them?
Yeah.
Now that it's out, are they worth playing?
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it doesn't have any of that same stuff I was just talking about with the things that make Legacy of the Void kind of unique. It doesn't have the support abilities, doesn't have the new variants. But so the missions I've been playing so far have been kind of the same, like defend your base while going out to destroy an objective.
Yeah.
I just did one last night where it was waves of units coming at your base, and you've got from four sides, and you've got to defend all four at once for as long as you can. That was real hard on hard mode. That was real hard. Probably took me like 6 tries to beat it.
You StarCraft guy, Lewis?
No, I always get wrecked in real-time strategy.
Yeah, even in campaigns? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, like that one was actually, especially on hard mode, was a really good kind of test of your multitasking skills, which mine, as it turns out,
What's
are
your
not
APM?
great.
What's your APM?
Real bad.
Mine too. 4.
But yeah, it's so to reiterate, it's like really well done, kind of uninspired mission design. And there could be more stuff later. I'm like 6 or 7 missions in. And these campaigns are usually like 30. So I'm sure it will. I'm sure they'll have some standouts. Just early impressions, like, well, I wish they had done something a little bit more standout early on.
I wonder if they obviously know the game they're making, but I wonder if looking at that and looking at their mission design and how like the absence of a hero on the battlefield is why they were like, ugh, like this isn't great compared to what we've done before. We need a hero on the battlefield. Let's do this Nova expansion that they announced at BlizzCon, right? Like the Nova secret op thing.
I don't know. I don't think RTS design needs a hero on the battlefield.
I totally agree. I just think that is what StarCraft's thing has been, and that's why StarCraft 2 has been so great.
It wasn't really in Wings of Liberty. Like they had a few hero missions, but it wasn't built around that.
I feel like most of them had Raynor on the field.
Nope.
Or Tychus.
Nope.
I'm just misremembering it.
As either that or I am, but I'm pretty sure there were a minority of missions where you had a hero unit.
Yeah, I guess it just compensated with like really great mission design.
Yeah,
and cool like environmental effects that affected like where you could go and how you got around and things.
Yeah,
like that.
I've seen nothing like the lava rising
That's
and falling
exactly
mission.
what I was thinking.
I've seen nothing like
it was so good.
I've seen nothing like the day-night cycle
with the zombie thing.
Yeah, like that. Those, and I've seen nothing like the space mission. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a space mission in this game, but
I mean, it's about the last fleet. You're gonna have a good space battle, I think.
Yeah, so it feels like there's a lot of things for them to do. I just hope they actually do it.
Okay, I'm gonna play it finally. Like I'm gonna go back and finish Heart of the Swarm. I'm gonna go finish Legacy of the Void because I just want to know that story and then I want to move on because I really want those Nova missions. Yeah. Like I'm still butthurt that we never got StarCraft Ghost. And now it's like, all right, cool. Nova has always deserved her own game. She's been so cool.
The story is not something I'm super excited about. Like any time where the story is like, there is an ancient prophecy. It's like, oh, shut up with the prophecies.
I'm a sucker for Protoss, though. I've always like this is the campaign I've wanted for however long StarCraft 2's existed, like 5-6 years, whatever it's been.
Out in 2010, I think.
Yeah, and in like very early on in Wings of Liberty, like you see, like Zeratul shows you something. And it's like, this is the Protoss future. And it's like, oh, man, that's a Legacy of the Void tease. I'm super excited. And I had to wait.
Yeah, there is something a little bit magical about seeing all 3 factions on the campaign select screen again.
Finally. Yep. It only took however many years. And then we'll just throw a little Nova in the corner.
Yep.
And then whoever else. I don't know. They're going to do more of that stuff, too. I'm glad that StarCraft 2 isn't ending with Legacy of the Void. Like the big story is, but then they're going to do Nova missions and they're going to do other expansions.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's a community playing it, I don't know why they would stop.
Yeah, well, especially like their esports are dying, so and they want people to play StarCraft. So campaign's probably the way to go.
Yep.